Do you ever look out into the vast sea of the universe? And challenge even your own imagination? You don't think we're alone, do you? When you hear that the government is doing something, you always believe it, don't you? We are your third eye. This is Chasing Prophecy.
Good evening and welcome to Chasing Prophecy on the Oracle Talk Radio Network, live from Pittsburgh. I'm so happy to have you all here tonight. We have a special co-host. It's going to be hanging out with me today and for the rest of the year while Tom is on assignment. I'm so happy to have you, Sean.
I'm happy to be here helping you. I would like to tell your viewers though that they can catch me on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, 8:10 p.m. to 9:10 p.m. And my show is Into the Night.
Yeah, and we're so glad that he's helping us out. I'm so glad. I hope everybody can be with us this evening. We're going to have a good show. It's going to be kind of, surreal for me and Sean since we haven't been together for quite a time.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Bring back old memories, huh, Sean?
That sure does. Oh my gosh! If it, like I tell you, and I'm going to embarrass you right now, Jenny.
Hi, Joe.
Here's the deal. If it wasn't for Jenny, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have done this for at least, it's going on over 5 years now. You know what I mean? 5 years.
Yeah, it's actually for us. It's like for you on your own. Well, no, let's see. We started in 19? Was it 19 or 2018? I can't remember. Right when the pandemic started. I think it's 6 years. I think it's 6 years. Yeah.
Hey, Joe Fox. Yeah, 6 years. And
it's 6 years.
We had some good times, but as everybody has to fly the coop. You know what I mean? But we did all right, man. We're doing pretty good. But I feel honored that I'm here helping Jenny out, man. It's just like old times.
That's the first person I thought of talking, asking. So instead of me just saying, "Hey, go look for another hook," I need to figure we have a history together, and it's nice to have you on. I mean,
it's a good history. Good history.
I feel comfortable with you, so that's good. Yeah. That's good. This show
not at the beginning. Not at the beginning, you didn't.
No, I didn't know you. No, I just picked up. I went in Google and I searched paranormal societies or whatever, and you came up. But the funny thing was, I met you. You were teaching a class at Penn Trafford High School with Faith. You were doing a lecture on. We were talking about paranormal, how to become, paranormal activity, and you were the guest speaker. Isn't that crazy? Right. I never knew in a million years that I would get to know you like that.
Me neither, man. Me neither.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy world. But we have an exciting show tonight. Our guest will come on about 15 minutes after. But this was Sean likes this topic. He's a skeptic, and a lot of people, Joe, a lot of people are watching it on TikTok, on Ravel. A lot of these content creators think that they can channel beings from another world, and a lot of them are light workers. And our guest tonight, before I even bring her up, I want to show some videos because it goes way back for me and Sean, because his name is Ashtar Command, and he's a beautiful extraterrestrial that I think she's actually in the she's here early, but we're going to go ahead and look. So hi, Holly. So Ashtar, we've talked about him. Elaine we're not going to introduce her yet. We're just going to show some videos. Has been on the show before. And she's the first person to introduce me to this celestial being. But I've been seeing a lot of him on TikTok, and that's why I wanted to share some videos with you all, because he's really making his rounds around social media. And there's a lot of content creators that we've had on the show before. Me and Tom had a couple on not too long ago. And it's about the Galactic Federation and how there's supposed to be a mothership out there. But this is going to get you a little bit, before we bring on our guests, this will get you a little background on Ashtar. We have a couple different content creators, but we'll show the first one. And this will give you a little background before she gives her version of him. We'll see if they're still on this, if they're aligned with each other. So here we go. Ready?
Ashtar, commander of the Galactic Light Forces, stepping forward to speak with you through this channel to discuss the next phases of humanity's evolution and how we see it playing out over the next 2 to 5 years. As you refine your spiritual awareness and deepen your exploration of universal mysteries, I offer these insights in service to the ascension process unfolding on Earth.
That's the first one. And
today I have a transmission from the extraterrestrial being, many know as Ashtar. You are not meant to be seen by everyone. You are not meant to be loved by everyone. You are not meant to be accepted by everyone. You are not meant to be heard by everyone. There is a specific group of beings that resonate at your same frequency because they are your soul family. And these are the beings that you are meant to communicate with, to engage with, to commune with.
so that's one of them. And then this one, can you hear me? I'm going to check her off. Wait. Let me get this off.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Sometimes you can't hear a person talking when this thing is going. So the next one, apparently in 1977, there was supposed to be some kind of transmission. They were talking about, there was a news station. They were talking, and all of a sudden this news channel was interrupted by this so-called transmission. And some people say it's real. Some people say that the actual transmission never happened and they never got it on record. So, but I'm going to play this because some people believe that this is a real transmission.
Execution of all captured prisoners of war. In Australia, Mr. Kerry Packett's cricketers are still keeping up this reasonable decision, which didn't down on playing a test match.
This is the voice of the representative of the Ashtar Galactic, speaking to you. For many years, you have seen us as lights and experiments.
This is true or not?
Your brothers and sisters on this your planet Earth. We control the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster that threatens your world. The beings on
Well, some
I
people
can
think it's
debunk
real.
that right now.
Some people think it's real and some people think it's false. But before we go on, if you see the link, could you guys please share it? And I'd appreciate it, because my sidekick Tom used to do this. He used to share all the links to other groups. As soon as I will be having an intern next week, so that they'll be able to help me. So that'll be good. But with that's, some people think that's not real. Some people think it's real, but we're going to bring our guest on. Just give me a second, because I want to introduce her right. I don't want to mess it up, because I'm not the most computer savvy.
How you doing? Thank you for the very lovely compliment, man. Pretty good. Thank you, buddy.
Just give me a second to pull it up. Okay, where is it? And of course, I can't find it now. Oh, man. Sorry. I have her introduction here. I had it ready, and, I just can't multitask like I used to. Or
What?
if I ever could really, I don't know, maybe not. Okay, so tonight our guest is Joy Elaine. She's a level 4 practitioner of Serenity vibration healing. Joy brings her unique insights from the Joy Chronicles to discuss the mysterious Ashtar Command and the latest intel on our cosmic visitors. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Elaine on. I just got to make sure she's hiding on the bottom of the. Thank you for coming on, Elaine. I really
Hi,
appreciate it.
Elaine. How are
Welcome.
you?
Hi.
So
To
good to
have you
see you.
back.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, you sound really good and clear.
Okay, good. Well, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I want to talk about Ashtar because, or and other stuff that you have, or
Right.
some of the latest disclosure. Now, Joy, you said that you had some intel.
Right.
We want to hear the intel.
Okay, well let me qualify and explain who I speak with when I'm channeling and who the information in my books comes from. It comes from non-dual or ascended masters. I don't work with the Pleiadians. I know what they're about. I don't work with the Anunnaki. I know what they're about. I work with non-dual people because they don't have hidden agendas. They're not out to confuse people. They're not out to they can't tell lies. They may not tell you everything, but they will never lie to you. Okay. Non-dual means, well, Earth's a dual planet, but the good news is we're evolving to non-duality. And that's really what I want to make the main focus on, although we're going to talk about the Pleiadians and the Anunnaki tonight. I spoke with Commander Ashtar on Tuesday. And when I say it, I mean, he and I were just conversing like you and I are conversing. That's how clear I hear him. I use my energy body and I step to his location, or he comes to me and we have this conversation. He looks human.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little touch of gray on the side. This is a kind of an affectation because he's not aged. He's not old at all. He's millions of years old, but he looks like he's maybe in his 40s or 50s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So non-duality, that's where we're evolving to. And the first thing I asked him was, so do you know about this mothership? And he got this look on his face and he thought for a few seconds, he thought, is it a ship with pregnant females? I said, no. It's aliens. He said, oh yes, there's thousands of Pleiadians and thousands of Anunnaki and thousands of Ashtar Command ships above Earth now. They're just out of range of us being able to see them. And if you do see a spaceship, my brother has seen one a few years ago. That's not the Ashtar Command. They're abiding by the laws, which mean don't interfere with humans. Don't come down and try to influence them or sway them in different directions. They are free to evolve to their own destiny. Okay, they are supporting the Ashtar Command supports our quote our higher choices and that sort of thing, but they're not here to quote fix us. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So why would the Pleiadians be called? Why would there be such a thing as a quote mothership? Well, the Pleiadians and the Anunnaki and 3 other dual plane races were involved in creating humanity or human-like beings some millions of years ago. We were created to be slaves.
Oh,
They wanted us
really?
to mine gold and to dig crystals for them. They used gold to extend their lives. It's a monatomic form of gold. I don't know how they do it, but they live for 900 or thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was, those beings were created in people factories. There are a couple in Africa and one, I think, maybe in Asia. They matured very quickly and they were programmed to die when they were 32 years of age. And then they were just burned. They were just beasts of burden, really.
Yeah.
So some of the non-dual masters were watching what was going on, and they, after a while, they offered some of their genetics to the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians, and they used some of our their non-dual genetics in creating the next races of humans. And after a while, those non-dual genetics gave those humanoid beings enough DNA to start having souls.
So
They
wow.
they didn't have souls initially. They were just tribal beings. They just created and then were disposed of. So once that happened, the Galactic Councils of Light, and they don't use the term Galactic Federation. They're just a bunch of light councils, and the Andromedan Earth Ascension Council is the one that heads them up. After that happened, after humans started getting souls, the Galactic Councils of Light said, okay, everybody's got to get off Earth. You can't be there to mess around with these people now that they're having souls. They have to be free to develop and create their own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They did leave. The Galactic Councils did allow a lot of the people who had been initiates of the ancient mastery schools of Earth to stay. Angels. Okay. Michael and Metatron and Uriel. I work with those guys too.
Oh.
Yeah, Uriel's my guardian angel.
Okay,
He's my archangel.
Yeah, he's non-dual. They're all non-dual. So, if you need help, just call on the angels. Just ask for their assistance, and if they're allowed to do it, they'll help.
All the time. Yep, absolutely.
So the Pleiadians went, well, wait a minute now. We've got our genetics in these people. We want to be able to monitor them. And so the Galactic Councils of Light said, okay, you can do that. So that's why there are hundreds of thousands of abductions by the Pleiadians every year to implant and experiment and et cetera, work with humans. It happens at night. People wake up, they don't remember it, or if they do, they just think it's a dream. And they've been doing that. They don't need to do that anymore. I sure said they don't really need to do it, but if they stop, then the Galactic Councils will say, hey, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go back and do that anymore.
Hey, Joy, we got a question here for you. All right.
Okay.
From Joe Fox. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Heidi. Good to see you, buddy. Joe says, Elaine, did they figure out that we were our own gods?
When's he say they? Who does he mean by they?
Who do you mean by they, Joe? Maybe the Pleiadians? I don't know. He'll punch the answer in.
Well, we're going to be able to become like gods. That's how the non-dual people, they appeared that way too.
But how can we be? Why would we want to be a god?
Seriously.
Well, the definition of God. What are you talking about? God, an all-powerful being that waves his hand and creates chaos? No, I'm not talking about that kind of God. I'm talking about a being that's...
Oh, that's what I thought. Joe said the Pleiadians.
Yeah. No, they don't care. They don't really care about humanity at all.
Really?
They just want to be back here. They want to have our access to our gold and our crystal. Here's what Ashtar said. Because we're in negotiations with them right now because they want to be back here on Earth. All right. He said they're negotiating with the Andromedan Council of Light and the Joy Councils and the Ashtar Command on about they want to get third dimension back. And they want to have, when sixth dimension becomes non-dual, they want to have fifth dimension. Okay. So right now, Earth has only humanity is existing only in two dimension and possibly three. Third dimension left in 1990. And fourth
Why is
dimension.
that? Why did it leave?
Because we're evolving. We are all ascending. We're all people are waking up. They're making better choices. They're, choosing things that they love to do instead of working at a job that they hate. It's just, believe it or not, in all the chaos, we really are advancing. So, and then in 2015, because of the work the Joy Council has been doing and because of other enlightened beings, fourth dimension left. So now we have fifth and sixth dimension, and some of us, a few of us, are sliding back and forth from 6 to 7. So the cool thing when I said we're ascending is that Gia and enlightened beings around Earth are assisting to bring sixth dimension into a non-dual dimension. Gia is bringing in threads of non-dual energy, and they're forming like little pockets of energy, which will gradually expand and expand and expand. And when we become non-dual,
Sorry.
think about all the things that are maybe upsetting in your life, or health issues that you have, or sickness, or issues with your family or your boss. When we become non-dual, none of that will transfer into non-duality. We'll be radiantly healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We won't age. We won't die. We'll be able to manifest instantly with a thought. You think it and it happens. Now, we've always been able to manifest, but it's been a slow process. You know, in third dimension, you think about, well, I'm going to create this, and I'll get my vision board, and this is going to happen, and blah blah blah. And then you start thinking, well, maybe it won't happen. You know, I've never had before. How can I do that? And then you just kind of throw water on your creation fire, and it doesn't manifest. Well, you may have noticed in your thinking now and in your creative choices that things are manifesting more rapidly.
Not really.
Okay. Well, then maybe you got some work to do.
Well, I've been working all the time.
Okay.
Seriously, ask Jenny.
They say that once you start doubting, that's like even with Christ, when Christ was walking on the water, and as soon as he realized when he was walking towards Christ, Jesus, as soon he was walking, as soon as he realized that he was walking, he started to doubt, and that's when he sunk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same thing with manifestation. And once you have that doubt, it doesn't work.
Well, you're right there, Jenny, because here's the deal with that. Whenever I teach people, to really get in tuned with the universe, I'm serious about this, okay? Whenever I teach people about it, I always tell them you never, ever, ever doubt yourself. Whatever you see, hear, or feel at that very moment is usually 100% the correct thing to do.
As soon as you start doubting, I think that has
That's
something
it,
to do
man.
with it.
Whatever
Like
doubt.
you said, Joy, when you have your wish board, as soon as you, I had so many of them.
Yeah.
As soon as I started doubting.
Yeah. Well, there's mine behind me.
I see that. It's a beautiful wish board.
That's a nice wish board you got there.
Yeah. It's images that speak to my heart. So we are evolving from a sexual planet to a heart planet, a love planet. And if you've got things that you're ticked off about, or you've got stuff you're angry about, or you've got stuff that you're fighting against, that's just not the way to go.
She's got a point there, Jenny.
Anything you fight, you're giving energy to it.
Yeah.
Oh, anything you give energy to it, and I totally agree with you on that, Joy.
Totally.
But you know what? I don't know. I just fight, But I've come to realize for me that I can't feel angry no more. I can't feel sad. I cannot ever doubt myself because, and I'm not making fun of you or nothing like that or anybody. I'm just saying is because it gives me ulcers, and I'm not lying to you. It gives me ulcers when I start worrying and doubting.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Like that. Worry and everything is worse.
It's just to the point where, okay, if something happened to me, or if I'm angry at somebody, or somebody's angry at me, it's just that I have to accept it and move on.
Right. Or send a little love to them and just, try to be neutral about the whole thing. If you're upset with what's going on with the war in Ukraine, if you're watching that, I don't really watch the news. I kind of like just send them love and then go about being peaceful in my own life. That's the best. That's the best way to deal with those kinds of issues. Turning into
what exactly, because there is nothing on whatever's going on in the world now. there's no way that we can do anything about it. You know what I mean? We just sit
Right.
back and see, okay, so this crap is happening in Ukraine or besides Ukraine, anything. What can we do? We're totally powerless over it, and we have to accept it.
Right. Send
Yep.
and send love. You know, you just say God bless you and pray for people. You know, prayer does work.
It does. But Joy, okay, so we have all these content creators like all over the internet, TikTok, YouTube, talking about all these, you know, it's the Galactic Federation. So is Ashtar with the Galactic Federation, or is he part of it, or is he on the different side of it?
Well, I've never heard the masters that I work with speak about, quote, a Galactic Federation. I mean,
Okay.
there's when I stepped aboard an Ashtar Command ship in 2014, I took my energy body there, and I started speaking with Commander Tonos. And at that time, there were 86,000 Ashtar Command ships around Earth, because Earth is the happening place.
It's a happening place. How
It's the
come we
happening
can't?
place.
Okay, well, how come we can't see these ships? Are they have invisible?
Well, they're not supposed to be seen. Ashtar Command they're not supposed to be seen. I mean, that's the galactic ruling. You're supposed to stay off until humanity is evolved enough to where they're actually ready to be able to work with you and see you. And for me, non-duality is this year. The masters tell me I'm on the threshold of it. So, and there's about 50 or 60 of us that are in that same position. So when we step into non-duality in sixth dimension, it'll make it easy for people to move into that reality. I mean, I've been doing this kind of stuff for 30 years. Now you don't want to work for 30 years to be non-dual, and you won't have to.
For people don't understand, well, how do you, when you say that you've been talking to them, how did it happen? Were you in some kind of a trance? I mean, for people don't understand this, like some people don't understand what channeling is, and sometimes I have a hard time. Now, is that like remote viewing? Is it?
No. It's moving your energy. You have an energy body which can move separately from your physical body. And I moved and because of the studies that I've been doing with different modalities and with Serenity Vibration Healing since the early 2000s, so that's been 20 some years, I've got the tools and the techniques to be able to do that. And soon I'll be able to move my physical body to these different locations, different.
No, is this like through, when you say this, is this meditation?
No, I sit down on my sofa and I just go to the ship or go to the company.
How do you? Well,
my energy body, this part.
So when you say energy body, is it like when you do Reiki? Is it like you're just? Is it?
You're working.
I'm just trying for people who don't understand, because
imagine
hard to understand sometimes.
You know, if you imagine, when you watch the old Star Trek movies and Scotty says, "Beam me up."
Yeah, I remember.
Well, they're standing there in those little things, and they go, and they're gone. Well, I mean, I'm going to be able to do that this year, but right now, the part of me that's energy, the different, my physical and mental energy bodies go instead of my physical bodies. So, and I hear, when I'm there, I hear just like you and I are talking now. That's the way I channel.
Okay. Mr. Robinson has a question for you.
Okay.
How does the guest define the sixth dimension?
It's a vibratory field of energy. It's a higher energy. The third dimension was like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, may the, out to get you, struggle for survival. Okay. And a lot of people are, even though third dimension is gone, they still are struggling, hanging on to that mental mindset. All right.
Cindy had something good. Astral. Did you astral travel?
Yeah,
what you do?
It's a form of astral travel, but there's more of my energy body than with astral traveling. This is it's a conscious choice to go to such a place. And I have from the masters, I have the ability to do that.
Right.
Her name is Joy Elaine.
Joy Lane. So Joe Fox has a question for you, Joy.
Okay.
But because we have souls, doesn't that make us off limits?
Well, there's lots of planets that the Pleiadians have taken control of. And no, that doesn't make us off limits because there are under 3 billion people on Earth that don't have souls. They have a communal soul that they share with Gaia. They're called tribals, and they look like just regular people.
Okay. Now this Ashtar Command people,
they're
are
all
they here on
non-dual.
Earth with us? Are they on with us
Well,
on Earth now?
they're sometimes I know Commander Ashtar comes down and he sits at a cafe and has a cup of coffee and just watches people.
Okay.
But he doesn't look like he does when he's in the commander role. Because they're all, I mean, the commander that I met when I first stepped on the ship is named Tonas, and he is so gosh darn handsome. You would just like your mouth would fall open if you saw him on the street. So, and he's come to Earth, but he's been in disguise. They can change your appearance when you're non-dual. You can look however you want to look.
Now say what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what?
So let's say Tonus or whatever that dude's name is on Earth. Now the vibration that he carries, could you recognize him out in public?
People that are sensitive to energy could probably tune into that, although he probably has to dampen that down too. You really the ruling by the Galactic Council is that they're the dual plane beings and the Ashtar Command are not to interfere with us. We are responsible for cleaning up our own stuff.
Okay.
I mean, people were asking the Pleiadians, "Oh, come down and help us fix this, this mess, this pollution, this whatever. Come and help us. And that's, I mean, if you think about, they've been abducting people for 120,000 years. Why would you want to have people like that come here? I mean, I'm sure that there are probably some Pleiadians that are more enlightened. They're more technological advanced than we are, obviously, because they've got spaceships up above us watching us. But that's the ruling, and they've been trying to sneak in here for a long time.
But who's blocking
the
them?
Pleiadians aren't very nice. The Pleiadians aren't nice.
Well,
they don't like humans.
They're like Earth. They're dual plane, and so are the Anunnaki. Half of the worlds in our universe are non-dual. Sirius, Lyra, Vega, Arcturus, those are non-dual worlds. And out of the 47 universes that in 2014, I found out there's 47 universes, and there were none of them that were non-dual. And now, because of the work of the Joy Council and because of people becoming more enlightened, there are 16 universes that are completely non-dual.
Okay. Pretty interesting.
Mr.
Ross. Very good, Joy. I'm sorry. Thanks. Mr. Rodman says, can this philosophy be linked to biblical prophecies like the Book of Revelation?
Well, that information was brought forth in third dimension, and so a lot of and I'm not going to get into a biblical thing because I've read the Bible through several times, and I was raised very religiously, and I'm not denying, first of all, that there's no God. There is a God, and the masters call him the Great One, him, her. He's perfectly balanced of masculine and feminine energy. So I don't know about revelations. I think that it's possible that the fifth dimension will experience Armageddon. You just don't want to be in fifth dimension. Fifth dimension, Ashtar says, let me just read you what he said. The earth is evolving. Please realize that there is a division between fifth and sixth dimension. Those who are embracing war and dissension, those who have agendas and no real thought of ever evolving beyond their situation are not evolving into the higher dimension of Earth. Sixth dimension is the platform for which non-duality will be restored to Earth exactly as it was 60,000 years ago. As this occurs, you are choosing to become your best self, choosing to live as a non-dual being in preparation for a time when you will be non-dual. We are holding that vision for you. So yes, we were created in God's image. Most of the aliens that quote aliens look human. That's a very popular head, 2 arms, 2 legs. I've seen people that have 2 heads. And the Anunnaki, I've not seen them, but I've been told that they are like tall, very tall, much taller than us grasshoppers.
Ugh. Well, what?
Yeah.
Joy, a lot of people think that we are the offspring of the Anunnaki.
Well, we
What do
have
you-
their genetics
Is that
and the
right?
Pleiadians and 3 other dual plane races. But
So we're part of them. That
we are, but we're evolving past those genetics. I now have all non-dual genetics. I don't have any of the Anunnaki or Pleiadian genetics. I've eliminated those from my makeup. So we're evolving out of that. And when we're non-dual, nobody can touch us. That's when we have the ability to manifest our lives exactly as we want. Now, let me direct you to my website. It's joyelaine.com. And on that first page, there's something called the golden ticket. And if you work with that golden ticket, you start manifesting ideal scenarios for your life. And it works because there's a clearing that goes along with each ideal scenario that you manifest, because you think, well, I want that, but do I really want that? I want that, but maybe I can't have that. And that clearing just keeps going to keep releasing all the blocks to you getting what you want to manifest. It's very powerful work.
That's pretty. So, say like somebody is watching this show today, okay, tonight, right now, this very moment, and they want to do what you do. How do they do it?
Well, I don't think they want to spend 30 years doing what I've been doing.
Well, I understand that, but
Okay,
people.
here's where you start.
if you want to channel, I guess,
Well,
able to
I wouldn't.
channel.
You're going to be able to do that when we're non-dual. We're going to be able to do telepathy and teleporting and all that kind of stuff that some masters of the past have done. See, humans have ascended, like Jesus ascended, Buddha ascended, Saint Germain ascended, but no human has ever moved their physical body from a dual plane to a non-dual plane. I've seen myself in the future. I don't look like this. I look like I'm 25. Non-dual. That's where we're evolving to. Non-dual.
Okay. Holly wants to know, what do you mean by that? What is
non-dual? Okay, non-dual. You have no illness. You're perpetually regenerating body. You can look any way you want. You can manifest instantly. You can teleport. You can travel. You can do everything. And you're happy. You don't ever attract anything that's negative or will pull you down. You're just living your life of joy.
Okay, so if you are, if we have non-duality, then you know as well as I do that you need a yin and a yang, no matter where you go. You can't always be positive. You always can't have a positive plane. You need something there to, I don't want to say not upset, you have to keep it going.
That's duality.
You have to keep it going. You have to keep that energy flowing.
You mean
you always
there's
need
good,
something
there's
opposite.
That's duality.
But
non-duality has no downs. And I said to Tonas, well, do you think people get bored with that? And he said,
Yeah,
no,
Joe.
no, you don't.
It sounds like heaven on earth, or heaven or utopia.
It is. That's why I've been working on it strongly for the last 10 years. And the 20 years before that, I was kind of working with other stuff. But it's very important for me to be non-dual. Once the 50 or 60 of us that are on the threshold of that step into that reality, it'll be easy for you to move into non-duality. You stop gossiping, stop fighting things, start living your ideal life.
Mhm.
Do stuff that makes you happy. Don't worry about, just get rid of your worries.
Well, okay, Joe says, by some we are always trying to raise our vibrations, and that's true, Joe. Absolutely, I totally agree with you. But people now that I know, what you just said, they're enjoying the best life things of their lives. They just go and be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're considered duality, even though they're alive and they're in this dimension.
They're living as non-dual. That's
Okay.
a
Well,
preparation
isn't that
for
sort of like
actually being dual.
Norman Pearl? He, the man who wrote the book on positivity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
I
it
mean,
just
it's
he
like
thinks you just manifest everything. Like
well, you do. We've always manifested we've always created our own reality. And I read that like 30 or 40 years ago. I thought, what? Really?
so if you're always thinking good thoughts, you should have good life. If you're
Yes.
thinking negative, you have a negative
Yeah.
life.
You get more of what you're focusing on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. I do.
So
agree
this
with
Mr. Fox says we're always trying to raise our vibrations. Well, many of us are, but many aren't. If you think about some of the people who are just quote regular Joes, they're doing their job, they're getting up, they're going to work, they're unhappy with what they're doing, or they've got problems with their family, or they're trying to do the best they can, but they don't have a view of the bigger picture. And I think that's why if people start reading my books or even looking at my website, I got a lot of articles on my blog about what's going on about with the Pleiadians
Me
and
too,
the
Joe.
Anunnaki, and how you can be better. A lot of the blog articles have SVH, Serene Vibration Healing work, woven into it so that you can use that to lift your vibration too.
Okay.
It's amazing.
My books are on Amazon, so
Do you have it? Do you have it on CD so we can
no,
instead
Audible.
of reading it?
I haven't done
Audible.
that yet. No, I haven't.
Okay.
I know people keep asking me that, and I'll get around to it eventually. But there's 6 books that I've self-published. There's going to be 4 more. I'm magnetizing a publisher for myself.
Oh, that's what I should do for myself. I need a
Yes.
publisher.
Yeah.
So how are you doing that? So I should take some notes.
Well, I'm moving it to non-duality, and then when everything I want is just going to come, like here it is. Oh, there's that. Oh, there's that. I'll take that. That you just don't attract negative things. We do have adversarial energies in the 5th dimension and the 6th dimension. So I'm not saying that there's not challenges, but like I say, what you focus on, you create more of. If you fight something, you fuel it.
I'm gonna start thinking more positive.
Yeah, and
That's about time, then.
look at that ideal scenario.
I was doing that. I was really doing that with the creative energy, with the light, with the wish board, and I had the secret books. I had all
Yeah.
the secret, like
Yeah.
the secret on love, the secret on there's so many secrets.
Yeah.
And I want to
Well-
make sure that it's coming from the right end. You think, okay, where's this coming from?
Yeah, use discernment.
Yeah.
And the Serenity Vibration Healing work has got a lot of great shields. It's got a lot of enlightenment processes, physical healing processes. If you email me from my website, I'll direct you to that. I have 2 websites. And the other one's Serenity Vibration Healing work. So you know about this guy that's spending $2 million a year to be young. Have you read?
Oh yeah, I saw that on Netflix.
No, I haven't. I haven't heard that.
Well,
No.
if he needs to shut off his death hormone, and he needs to shut his death doors for one thing. Those are a couple of things that are Serenity Vibration Healing work. I mean,
Did you watch? She's current.
yeah, he's fun. I think you need to fix what you can with your physical body, but you can still become non-dual with your warts and all.
Well, yeah, they say you can even heal your body by just telling it,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
get back, you're healthy.
Yeah.
You're all my cells are working together.
Private and divinely and
Yeah.
healthily. Yes. Yeah.
They say that works.
Yeah.
Hear
Yeah.
that, Sean?
You got to be focused on it and continually focused. That's the
Well,
challenge.
as soon as you get that doubt, as soon as you get
Yeah.
that little bit of doubt,
Well,
it
that's why
messes
you use
everything.
that. That's why you use that golden ticket
Where do we get the golden ticket?
on my website.
I'm gonna go on your website when I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
Start
gonna.
doing some. Once you set up the two passwords, the I know and knowing and I am that. Once you set up those two words, you don't have to do that again. You just start thinking about what's your ideal scenario. I did an ideal scenario for this evening.
Oh, you did?
I thought knowing I'm choosing an ideal scenario for being able to talk clearly, passionately, give information to people that will be of benefit to them, and all good things. And then I claimed it by saying I am that. So
I'm gonna have to do that
yeah,
for my shows
it's very simple.
because I have a morning show. Sometimes I just don't. I don't know if I'm getting across what I want to say.
Mhm.
I have, I'm dyslexic. I don't know if you knew that, Sean. And it's hard for me sometimes to articulate what I want to say. Sometimes when I was writing my one book, well, actually all my books, I remember my publisher, my editor, excuse me, she said, Jenny, you wrote this whole sentence backwards, and I didn't even know I did it.
Dyslexic, Jenny, means what you're thinking and saying are totally two different things, correct?
It's more like English and numbers. I you know how people flip through a magazine? I flip through it from back to front. I'm like everything's
okay.
backwards, like
Mhm.
my left and my right. Like if I'm giving directions, you know,
Okay.
I say sentences backwards. Like I'll be talking, but it's completely backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't know I had this until I was in college.
Oh, wow.
Well,
They just thought I was a little stupid, I guess, or dumb. In
well, we
grade
just
school.
can't wait till we move to telepathy, where you don't have any confusion about what you're.
Yeah, and I remember, Joy, I was in math class 4th grade, and I had no idea what the teacher was talking about. I just could not understand it, and I would sign my name. That was it.
Yeah.
And it really was a challenge for me I have a master's. It was a challenge, but I didn't know that until I was like in, my master's, we were talking about stuff like that. She goes, Jen, you write things backwards. Did you know, or you turn your 6s upside down. And it was funny. I had one math teacher, a tutor, and she was really concerned because it was always 3 and 9s, 3, 6s and 9s. She goes, Jenny, that's the witch's covenant. I'm like, my birthday is 3963, and it's like 3 9s. I'm like,
Joe,
I'm totally, I'm
good.
3 and 9s, 3 9s and 6s. It's weird, but yeah. But I would like.
Yeah, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. Now, personally, for me, if I can never read a book. I got ADHD, so I start.
I'm like that too.
Well, I read first 10 pages, skip to the middle, read 10 pages in the middle.
You tend to deafness disorder.
And then that's what I do. I just can't. But when it comes to audiobooks, I'm not a problem. I can just pop them in. Holly says my grandson writes a few letters backwards.
Yeah, it's I love you, Joe. You're so funny. It's weird, Holly. I mean, it could be dyslexic. It's just that there's a connection problem. But also when you said that I have attention deficit, Joy, that I have 100 file folders in my head and I can't concentrate. I can't get anything done. Like I try to set timers for 30 minutes for each thing I want to do. It still doesn't work because I want to do so much. But by the time I figure out what I want to do, I wasted so much time just trying to figure out what I want to do.
Well, you work with the golden ticket for a little bit, and then email me and see how you do.
Okay, I'll use that golden ticket.
Yeah,
mine's Willy Wonka candy. Oh,
I was thinking the same thing, Jenny.
I love Willy Wonka.
Anyway, the Ashtar Command are all non-dual beings, so they don't have any ulterior motives to, bring about any kind of catastrophe or anything.
So they're not going to do anything. Could you hear all these people with the orbs? And I'm sure you heard about the drones, and they said, "Oh, that's Ashtar, or that's the galactic. They're all the motherships out there, but they're all bringing light and joy." And I said, "Well, Joy, what happened to the Greys?" and the
Well,
reptilians and
we've
all
got
them.
reptilians. We've got about 60 or 70 reptilians here.
Do you know any? Do
Well,
you have any intel
they're a
on those?
they're a
I,
hybrid.
I know one. I know
There
one.
are a lot of them that are hybrids, so they look human. The
The
real,
monarchies, the
the pure,
monarchy in England, they're
yeah,
reptilians.
a lot of them.
Do you
Me
think
and
that's
Jenny
the truth,
just
Joy? Do you think they are?
Pardon?
Do you think the royals are reptilian?
The Orion Belt are where the reptilians that we have came from. They came here millions of years ago before humanity, and so their Earth is not their home world, but they want it. They want it. They really would like to have us gone.
Elon Musk.
looks
Well, you
like
know what? He's so intelligent. He might be a hybrid or something.
I know there are hybrids that don't know they're hybrids, but the purebreds look like a alligator that walks upright. You know, they're pretty creepy.
How about that woman on the plane? Do you remember her back a couple years ago? The woman that saw somebody on their plane. She says, what did she say?
I don't.
That
oh
so and so's not real. She said his
yeah, I
eyes
remember
turned
that person is not real, and
something
they
like
kicked
that.
her off the
I think
plane.
and he had like his eyes kind of flipped up like a reptilian eyes.
Well, they're emerald green and they have a vertical slit.
Yeah, that's what she said, something like that. And then all of a sudden she said she retracted what she said, and we think that somebody warned her not to say anything.
Well, I don't know about that, but the purebreds don't stay, are hidden. They live underground.
All right.
What about the?
I'm sorry, Jen.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, from what I heard, and all the other guests that I had on my show, the reptilians are protecting us from the Greys. Is that true?
I don't know about the Greys.
You don't know about
You never
the Greys?
seen the ones that look like they have the big eyes and the head's like really big. Some people say they sort of look like 4 feet tall. You never heard of the Greys?
They got really
I've
big
heard
eyes.
of them, but I've never seen.
You've never encountered? Well, that's good because they see. Some people think that they're wearing uniforms, like an astronaut, not a uniform, like a what are astronauts? Space outfits. That's not what they really look like, but they're wearing these outfits to give that impression. I don't know if that's true or not.
I want to answer Mr. Joe Fox here, who says, what is SVH? SVH is Serenity Vibration Healing. It's a modality that I've practiced for 24 years. And if you go to my author website, joyelaine.com, I will direct you to the other website, which is Serenity Vibration Healing website that I have.
Definitely
you can turn off your death hormone, and you can get rid of any kind of abduction energy that you might have experienced.
You can really turn off your death hormone?
Mm-hmm.
So you can live forever?
Well, you got, that's one of the pieces that I've put in place, but there's a lot of work that you do.
But if you can set off your death hormone, then why do we need God?
Well, God's just part of the experience. We're all kind of a manifestation of a part of God.
What? Oh, okay. All right. You're losing me here.
Well, we all have, we're created in God's image, so we all are pieces of God.
Well, yeah, but
part of the display case.
So if I go and turn off my death, my death, whatever, then I'm going to live forever.
Well,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, that's one of the pieces to living forever. I mean, the non-dual people live forever. Commander Tonos looks like he's about 30, and he's over 25 million years old. He's the youngest Ashtar Commander at that time when I met him in 2014. So
how can I meet him?
Well,
I want to meet him.
Yeah,
but then I'd be scared if I met him. I don't know.
Oh no, he looks like a human. He's kind of fair-skinned. He's got black hair, gorgeous black hair, and he was wearing this black outfit with a tunic, pants, and a gold braid trim. are just really so
I
handsome.
thought the Ashtar
I thought he
Command
had blonde
people,
hair.
blonde hair, and they wear blue.
No, they have their uniforms are black. They've been wearing
Hmm.
that. I mean, they don't clothes don't wear out. Nothing wears out in non-duality. Things don't die, things don't get sick, nothing wears out. You don't have to take a bath. I mean, it's it's a it is heaven on earth.
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
don't know about I mean, there's all kinds of colors, different colors of non-dual people that are in the Ashtar Command. There's black people, there's blue people, there's Osiris is teal colored. I mean, they're not just this color skin.
Hmm.
They're,
Interesting.
I mean, they're involved in all. Well, there's 16 universes that are now non-dual, so they don't really have to do anything with those universes. But they are involved in all of the universes because when we formed the Joy Council in Book 2, um, representatives from other universes started coming to our council and watching the work that we were doing. We were sending out, and we send out transmissions every night to Earth. And these these representatives said, "Hey, we want a Joy Council in our universe too." So all of the universes do have a Joy Council in each one, and they receive transmissions from us that are calibrated for their universe, for the species in their universe. So it's really amazing technical work that I'm doing, and I'm involved part of a team with the Joy Councils, with the Ascension Earth Ascension Council, and with the Ashtar Command.
Cindy Mitch has something nice here to say. God wants us to use the abilities to have a better life.
Well, where'd she
And
go?
people like Joy are here to assist us to receive these benefits.
Yes, I'm about helping all of humanity and all the worlds and species to evolve.
That's
Well, that's
amazing.
good. I hope it all works out for you.
Yeah. Very interesting topic. It was great to have you on. And give your email, your website again.
JoyElaine.com. That's JoyElaine.com.
Very good
Well,
topic.
thank
Sean,
you
why are
for
you?
being on.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it was great to have. We'll have you on again because you have so much to talk about.
All right. I'll talk
But
about
so
I'll talk about the dragons and the fairies and the genies next time.
Well, I hope so,
okay.
because I
Well, we'll
believe in
have you
them.
on again.
Okay.
I believe in
Absolutely. We'll
them.
talk. I like fairies.
Yeah.
I used
I
to
do
have a
too.
little bit of, I didn't know for sure if they were. You
Yep.
never know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you on. Thanks again for joining us.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
I loved
Well,
it. Why can't I
I
see you? Something happened to my how can I get this back the way it was?
there you go.
I don't know. Is that the way it was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting topic. I really liked it. I'm gonna go look for the golden ticket. I'm gonna do that when I'm off. But we have to have. I'm glad she said she agreed to be on. I like to talk about stuff like that. I know you don't sometimes, John, but it's okay. She seems like she's
It's
so
not so
intelligent.
much.
I mean, how
It's
do you get all that information, man? It's really cool. Yeah, I believe in dragons too. Well, you know what? Going back to the dragon thing. Wait a minute. What did I fear there's not enough time left in my life to I know. Do you ever think of that, Joe? There's not enough time. But I have a theory on what happened to the dinosaurs. Did I tell you this, Sean? Did I tell you that my theory?
No. You haven't. No.
I think I heard it on. I think it was. It could be. Joe Rogan had the same theory that when Adam and Eve were created, and the serpent that came up to the snake that
Eve.
came up to Eve and told her, come on, eat the apple. Come on, eat the apple. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And then we have the thing about the dinosaurs, how they became extinct. Well, I was doing some research on the internet about serpents, but did you know if you look up snake, dinosaur? Wait, was it snake? Yeah, if you look at the definition, it says serpent. And I'm like, okay, snake, serpent, but dinosaur look kind of like a dragon. Okay, because it says the snakes look like a dragon. I think it's the definition of a serpent is a dragon. Wait, am I getting confused? Is that how it is, guys? Look it up. The definition of a serpent or a dragon, they're the same thing. I know I'm not cracking up. I'm having
No,
a
you're
brain
not
freeze
cracking
right
up.
now.
Thank you,
I'm having a
Cindy.
brain freeze. Wait a minute.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it.
What's the definition of a dragon? It could be a
Cindy
serpent.
says that I send Thor's army of dragons to protect and heal people in places. Thank you, Cindy.
Wait,
Appreciate that. Hmm.
what's the definition of a serpent? I know it was
I
it's a
don't. I just think a meteor or an asteroid came in and hit
Oh,
Earth. And,
okay. The word serpent has multiple definitions, including a snake, a treacherous person, and a symbol of Satan, but it also a dragon or mythical snake-like reptile. So a dragon to me, when you picture a dragon in your head, it looks sort of like a dinosaur. If you think about it, they're
that's true.
big, they're massive, they have big feet. Okay. Well, when they got the fossils, they thought they were dragons, but what if they were? I mean, dinosaurs. What if they were dragons? And the serpent, another name for serpent is dragon. So there goes the theory. This is my theory that what if it wasn't like that was the extinction of the dinosaur or the dragon, because God told him you would no longer be able to walk the earth. You would have to slither. So there would go the extinction of dinosaurs or dragons, because he got rid of them and they made them snakes, like slithering snakes.
Well, there's a lot of people, especially my brother. He knows because he really studies dragons. He really does, and they're alive and doing well.
Where are they?
Oh my God, they're in caves, down like around South America, down around that area. But dragons do exist.
I
I
will
mean,
have to go look that up.
if fifth and sixth dimension exist, then
Well,
dragons
I want to
exist.
learn more about these fifth and sixth dimensions, because
I mean,
if you
I
can,
love that girl. I love that Joy. I mean, she had a good show. I truly respect what she studies. Okay. But my question, would be, well, all this studying that you're doing and all these things that you're working to get to the fifth and the sixth dimension, I wanted to ask her, well, it never happened for you. You never made it to where you wanted it to be.
well, I think didn't she say she goes to the different dimensions?
It's
I don't know.
very possible. It's very possible. Maybe she did. She didn't. But
Christ, dragon.
I don't. What happens if it never happened?
I don't know. I just think, how do you know all that stuff? Like, where did it come from? Like she just manifested it. Well, I do believe in the power of manifestation, because I know a lot of people who are so miserable and they just have a miserable life because they're so miserable all the time. Then you see these people who are so happy and they manifest it. I believe you can manifest something.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
So I
You
want to
can
manifest I hit the lottery tomorrow.
That ain't
It's
gonna
like,
happen.
I know. See, you're doubting.
I'm not doubting. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't. God bless if you do, because I'm
I don't
getting my
know.
money off your ass. But
I just don't know. But it
it's
was a good show.
something. It was a good topic by Joy. Okay, some of the stuff, to be honest with everybody, is that I really couldn't understand what she was saying.
Yeah, it's hard to
Um,
understand some of that stuff.
it was, but I do not
Numbskull.
disrespect her. I don't disrespect her. I accept the fact that if this is what she does and it makes her happy and it gets her where she needs to be, then God bless her.
What's this? What did Cindy say? Wait a minute, I gotta see this. Yeah, she does more like people
Yes, she
learn what
does.
it
The
is.
more and
Well, you know
likely the
what?
love when she is done helping people to learn what she. That's true.
We've had so many people. I don't know about you, Tom, but I mean, Joe. I mean, I'm losing my mind here, Sean. That Tom and I, when we would have all these people were talking about um all these different, like the Pleiadians and the Anunnaki and all these, and then the Greys. They're always talking about how light and how they want to bring light and peace. But there's some bad ones out there that don't want to
Yeah, there
bring
are.
light and
Yes, they
peace.
are. Yeah, the
You know?
Greys. The Greys are like that. They don't want peace.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I do.
manifesting money is real. It is. You can do that though. Holy yeah.
Believe
Well, I don't know about the death thing. I think that I
the
think it's
death button. I can't
everybody's
believe
death. You can't turn off death. It's going to
you
happen.
can't. You can't do that. Eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's
But
part of life.
my question would be, would why would you want to live forever?
Yeah, when everybody else is dead. No. No.
No, no, seriously. Why would you want to live forever?
I don't know.
I
I wouldn't
know I
want to be the
wouldn't.
last one here. Your family's all gone. Why do you want to stick around? That would be terrible. That would be terrible. But I would like to manifest some money.
How do you do it, Jenny? I don't know how to do it.
You
How
just
would you do it?
say, you have to say, I have, I am. You don't say, I wish, if only I could. You say, I have it now. I am healthy. I am strong. I am wealthy. So like when you don't say, "Oh, if I wish I had $1 million." No, I have $1 million in my bank right now, and then it'll be manifested in there. You hit the lottery or something will happen.
Why would
People make
people make fun of you, Joe?
people made fun of me, even ridiculed me until I cashed in the ticket. No, seriously, Joe.
Really?
You can manifest money. You can manifest it. And
True, Cindy.
if you even write a check out to yourself or write a check out for whatever one you want, like I need it because I want to give my family some when I'm, So I think I want like maybe $6.5 million in my bank account. So I have $6.5 million in my bank account.
Okay.
See?
Just remember
And
me
so
when you
when I
die.
hit the lottery, Sean, what? You want me to share? I'll
Remember
share it.
me.
No, remember me. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm going to do it again. Do it.
Do it,
I'll do it
Joe.
with
Do it.
let's do it, Joe, together. Joe and Jenny's
There you go.
Tavern. My grandmother had a bar on Rhode Road in Penn Hills called Joe and Jenny's Tavern. Did anybody hear
Do it
that?
again,
Anybody from
Joe,
Penn Hills?
please.
No, I'm going to do it. Okay,
Oh, Cindy, you're so right. Cindy's right. We're just
these are
skins.
just skin suits. Our souls live forever. We can always
That's true.
communicate with them. Oh, you know what? I communicate with my mom all the time because she haunts me and she'll say, Jenny, don't do that. Jenny, do this. Jenny, do that. Like constantly. And I know, like I had a problem this year. Well, 2024 was not my best year for walking. Oh, I didn't stop 1 million, but damn, was it close. Damn, did you hit $1 million, baby doll? I could always use a sugar daddy.
Oh, don't you just love her? Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
2020, listen to this story. I'm not kidding you. There's something wrong with me. 2024, starting on July 2024, I fell 5 times. What was I doing? I was on my phone. So I'm going to manifest that I will not fall ever again. Because I think I had enough falls to last me a lifetime.
Oh, look at Papa Bear. Hey, that's Mr. Wojo. We got to get him on as a guest. Him and Richie B. They're Bigfoot hunters.
Oh, you know what? We need a guest for next week because once my my partner in crime, Tom, had to go on assignment. He was my guester. He would get me guests for the show. Is there somebody coming in here? I hear the door opening. Who is that? Oh my God. Mark, hi. You want to come on the air and talk? Yeah, I'm talking right now. You want to be on the show? My son just popped his head in. Yeah. We need he was the one that always got my guests. So, and he's, on assignment. So I need guests. So if you think you'd be a good guest to come on the show, we'd love to have you.
Mr. Wojo and Richie B would be great. Bigfoot people.
Yeah, we need
I had them twice on my show. They're good people, and they're very good Bigfoot hunters, and they have a lot to share.
Good. We'll have to ask, and it is given in secret. Yes, it is. Or in my yeah, I have it too, Joe. And I have the love one, and I have the first one.
Maybe you're looking at the loved one when Joe was popping into your chat rooms.
Joe, why don't we remote view tonight? Oh God, could you imagine that?
Oh my God, why not? Why not?
Why not? I just want to try that. I'm a little scared though. Source will communicate and assist us in things we never thought possible, as everything is possible. Yes, Cindy, you're completely correct.
She definitely is, man. And Cindy's one of my angels that comes in on my chat all my shows.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, she's one of my angels.
Well, you can come on our chat for the rest of the year. Well,
until Tom comes back from assignment, I'm just here helping Jenny out as a co-host. I'd like to repeat that I am on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. And my shows are on Sunday night and Tuesday night, 8:10 to 9:10
now he's on. Boy, he's a big. He's on all the time now. He's going to be 3 days a week. He's going to be on the air.
Well, actually, like 4 or 5.
Maybe there's a book in your life, in your manifestation. You're going to have to write a book about your journey into the yes, let's remote. I'd be too scared to remote, Joe. I don't even know. I know
you do, Cindy. Thank you, hon. Oh yeah, yes. It's real simple. All you do is go into a meditation, and you just.
What do you do?
You go into a meditation. You close your eyes, go into a meditation, and you astral to where he's
I'm
at.
afraid. What if I go into a different plane that I don't want to go to? And
you're not going to go into a different plane. I mean, everything is done with your mind. Okay.
Your mind's a powerful thing.
Yes, it is. And it can help you remote view. You can remote view Joe, and Joe can remote view you from where he's at. I'm being honest about this. Yeah, that's when he says remote. You just think about him when you close your eyes, and then he'll close his eyes and he'll remote about you. And I'm telling you, you guys will meet.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
That's right. It's a date, Joe. On the other side, baby. Yeah, it was a fun show tonight. But
and Joe's right about the silver cord. But I like the gold cord. The gold keeps me safe, though, not the silver.
Which one?
I like the gold cord. Whenever I go out there, I'm the silver. If it works for you, it works for you. But I like the gold myself.
What doesn't?
Because it's one. Here's the deal with the cord, Jen. Whenever you decide to go in astral, say like you decided to go out in astral, make sure you have a cord connected to your body so you will not break off and go into another dimension.
Well, I don't want to go into a different dimension.
That's why you need the cord. Seriously.
Spooky stuff.
Oh, you just don't know what's out there and what you can do. And that's
well, I believe you can do. I think, we could sit here and talk for hours about what your mind can do.
Yeah.
Your mind can get you sick, can make you sad, can make you happy, can make you wealthy.
Give you headaches.
Give you a headache. And I'm going to hit the lottery. Is Friday the lottery? The makeup? Which one is Friday?
I don't know.
I have lottery tickets in mine. I never check them. Isn't that crazy? A friend of mine, they're gamblers, and she went to the casino out in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and she won $98,000.
Wow.
But you want to hear something really gross?
She lost it all that night.
No, this woman was gambling. This is a few months ago. It was around summertime. Oh, yeah, that is nice. Oh, yeah. It's nice. I'm glad the universe has brought the three of us together. Tom, also good people. Thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
this woman was at the casino, like this is in the summertime, and she was gambling, and somehow the sewer pipe broke and it went through the ceiling in the casino, and all this raw sewage landed on top of her.
Oh my God.
I know. Instead of going, she went home. Instead of going to the hospital where they can really disinfected her, she went home and took a shower, went back to the casino, ended up in the hospital with C. diff and septic. She almost died.
Wow.
And they only gave her $30,000 in a
Really?
lawsuit. I would not, she probably blew it already. I would not have accepted that. But could you imagine that? Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, it is horrible.
People
Maybe it was
gamble
a
like
sign
that.
for-
And all she had
maybe
to do was manifest it.
Or maybe it was a sign from the universe saying, you know what, girl,
Get
it's
the-
time for you to stop gambling and save your
I
money.
know,
And-
really.
Mhm.
Seriously. Well, it was a great show tonight. I
Yes,
am
it
going to
was.
get off. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully, maybe next week we'll have some Bigfoot people on. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us in the chat.
Yes, it was great.
Chasing Prophecy and Oracle Talk Radio grow, and I really appreciate it. And if you have time, please share this link with your friends and your groups and stuff, so we can, when Tom comes back, he can say, "Woo, we really hit the mark on the viewership." But thank you so much for joining us, Joe, Cindy, all you guys, Steven. Oh gosh, what's the other guy's name that was in here? You know who he is, Holly. Oh my God, what's his name? I can't remember. William, and all you guys.
William Robinson was his name.
I'm glad you could hang out with me and Sean tonight. But again, thank you for joining Chasing Prophecy. Have a wonderful, fabulous weekend coming up, and we'll see you next week. Same place,
Yep.
same channel.